Next up, hips. So, like I said earlier, what we're looking for is that we can have a certain extension here. If we're tight in the front here, or we don't have enough strength or control here, we tend to sit down deep into the hips here, and this creates a more thigh-based running style. What we're looking for is a nice long running style that's driven from the back. So, you can test that you can pull the hips forwards, but at the same time, you shouldn't arch your spine. You should feel that the hips stay in this nice straight line as you push them forwards. If you can do this and get about 10 to 15 degrees, no problem. But otherwise, we're going to go through a nice little stretch series. So similar to an exercise we've done with the big toe, we're going to find this sitting position. You can feel it in the knees, you can feel it in the thighs, you can even feel here. So, if this is too tough in the beginning, you can work backwards into this. If this is okay, we can sit here. If this is okay, we can start leaning even further backwards. So we can put a hand down on the mat or the floor. This might start to stretch already. If you feel you can, tip your pelvis backwards, squeeze your butt, and lift your butt as high as possible. This is now going to create a very large stretch in the front of the thighs. We can add a little bit of rotation here for an even bigger stretch, and change sides. So, you're going to lift up, and you're going to hold that stretch for about 3 to 5 seconds, and come back down. We're going to do this 3 times on each side. If that's okay, the next step is toes in the mat. So we're going to hold this position, and if you feel you can, hand on the mat, and we just repeat pretty much what we did in the last exercise. If this is too tough, we can come up here, hands behind the back, stretch the hands down and push the butt forwards to create a stretch here. From there, there's about 100 different variations of this one, but we're going to stretch the glutes here. So this is my favourite variation. What you're going to do is put one ankle on the thigh and then reach for the shin. If you can get there, if that's too much for today, take the back of the thigh. And this is a stretch we're going to hold for 30 seconds. And what you're going to try and do here, every time you breathe out, feel that you tip your pelvis forwards, or the tailbone down, as you pull the knee closer to the chest. After 30 seconds, change sides. Same here. If you can take the shin, do. If not, behind the thigh works just fine. From there, we're going to do a little series called 90-90. And that is because we're looking for a 90-degree bend in the knees. What we're going to do here is start with our hands behind us. The feet should stay exactly where they are, but the knees are going to come up and over. And you can start with all your weight leant back. If this goes well, try and push yourself up and be as tall as possible. And you can lean back and roll over to the other side and lift your upper body. And then, if you find that goes well, keep your arms forwards, whatever position, it doesn't matter. Arms forwards, and try and keep your body upright at all times. From there, the next part of this stretch is we're going to work 3 different stretches, and we're going to do it 3 times per side. So, if your feet are tipped to the right, put your left hand down. Take the other arm, and you're going to breathe out, and try your best to get that shoulder down to the floor, so we have a rotation in the spine. Breathe in, come back up. Breathe out, now we're going to bend ourselves forwards. Stretch out as far as you feel you can. If it's just here today, it is, it really doesn't matter. You do as much as you feel you can. And then from there, the third one, try and reach round. So you take the opposite knee and try and pull the chest round and down. This is impossible to get down to the floor, but that's what we're aiming for. It'll never happen, but. So, one more time on this side. You breathe out, breathe in. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. And then we change sides, same again here. So just switch the legs, switch the hand. Just do it one time on this side. Breathe out on the way forwards. Breathe in on the way up. And the last one rotate and pull. From there, the last version of 90-90 we're going to do, it's going to add in a little bit of strength. So, similar to the first one, you're going to rotate the knees over, and from here, try and lift yourself from the floor. Pressing the hips forward to get a stretch here, and strength here. Control back down, nice and slow. Roll over, and lift. So we do this from side to side. And if we do this for a few minutes, we'll go the whole way across the room, so don't worry about that, it's part of it. Just roll, lift, try and get a stretch here, press the hips forwards, and relax. So that is mobility for the hips.